Hello friends, and welcome to another episode of the Urban Homesteading channel. If today is the first time that you're visiting with us, we want to extend to you a very warm welcome and invite you to watch any of our over 500 videos we have arranged for your convenience in playlists, as we are confident you're going to find something both entertaining and useful to watch. If you've been here before but you have not subscribed, what are you waiting for? Do subscribe, it's free and helps the channel a lot. If today is your birthday, we want to wish you a very happy birthday. On today's Wednesday Quickie, we're going to do something really fun and entertaining, I think, that also can give you ideas. We are here in our shop and we're very happy that we have a shop and we really enjoy it. But today we're not going to use our shop to build anything. In fact, we're not going to use many tools, if any tools at all. We might use a hot glue gun, we might use CA glue or wood glue, we haven't decided yet. And we might use some very small clamps, but we don't even need those. Actually, we can achieve the same using clothespins to hold our pieces together. So today we're going to have two small projects from material we got from the dollar store. Stick around and see what we're going to build. Alright friends, and we left our wonderful shop and we're here in our dining area.
In the air conditioning.
I will put air conditioning in the shop. It's not a big deal, it's a little deal.
Right.
So a couple of days ago, a few days ago, we went to the dollar store, and as we were roaming the areas, we saw these little miniature crates, right? Mm-hmm. And we're going to build two projects today, and none of them will utilize any tools at all, right? Unless you consider these little clamps as a tool. I guess in that case it will. And if you don't have clamps, you probably have one of those. And if you don't, you can also buy this from the dollar store for $1, right?
One of those is called a clothespin.
Yeah, clothespin. It wasn't clear?
No, not really.
And they might have been from the dollar store too, I don't know.
They might be.
So, not really expensive. Since it's a Wednesday Quickie, we don't really do big builds on Wednesdays, so we thought this would be a fun project. Alright, and here is a dry fit. This will make a nice little display case or a knick-knack. You know, you can even use them without doing anything to hold your business cards. But we thought we'll create a little bit of an interest. And all we're going to do now is we're going to use some wood glue and some little clamps. We have those colorful clamps, which I think I also bought at the dollar store. Doesn't it make sense to put it on there? Okay.
Well, but if I do it
Okay,
here,
I see.
the glue is going to go through the slats. So I wanted to do it just on the slats.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Now you can use wood glue on this. I mean, wood glue is what we're using. You can potentially use CA glue if you have it. I would guess even construction glue, right? That this is not going to ever have a tremendous amount of weight on it or anything. And we're using a small little clamp. Again, you could also use a clothespin, and we might by the end of this video, right? So if you want to start into DIY and you really don't have any, even the most basic tools, I think this will be a fun project. You can even do it with your kids, right?
Oh yeah.
And I need to stop saying right?
Right.
And the last piece, I will use the word tricky, even though it is not tricky, but this has been so easy so far that if we were to say a tricky part would be this last piece, right?
Yeah, and so that's because, right. That's because you have to put glue on two spots. So here I'm going to put it on these slats and then I'm going to put it on the slide slats.
Now the only negative with wood glue is that it takes a little time to dry. So we won't be able to test it for 30 minutes or so. And really it needs to stay overnight to set, right?
Right.
What another word can I use instead of right?
Dude?
No, not dude.
We like that, dude.
It's a universal word like aloha.
Yes, no.
At least for those of us who grew up with using the word dude.
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 Have you a flash and everything before it dries?
There's flush as I can get
I'm
up.
talking the front. Okay, and as you can see, it makes a very interesting look. You can easily put it on a wall, right? And you can have little miniature things. You can put little miniature cars on two of them.
Minions in there.
Minions.
Yeah, minions.
Yeah. You are not stealing this.
If you have, a minion collection, you could
Says
put it
C,
in there.
who has a minion collection. And I say you cannot steal this.
They would work.
They will work. All right, let's move on our second project. This was a hard project. So our next project, we were again on the dollar store and we saw these small square boxes, and we're going to just switch it a little around because we don't care about the, what you call the decoration.
The little cutout.
So we'll start by taking the plastic off, which might be the most difficult part of the whole process. And we're going to use them to make a very basic apothecary display cabinet, right?
Apothecary style, yeah.
Apothecary style.
Woo!
Elpida's having way too much fun here with her.
Yeah.
So we bought 6 because we want a 6-drawer apothecary, right? You can buy 10, you can buy any multiple of even or odd numbers, and you can have an even or odd number case, right? I need to stop saying right. I wanted to have 6, so we bought 6 little cubes. If you want more, you can get more.
Assuming they have them.
Right. Well, they do have them routinely because
Right.
they don't have them always, but they do have them routinely.
Yeah. And they have them in their little craft section. Usually, each one of the dollar stores has those in a craft.
Okay, so now that we free them all, they come with their drawers, you don't have to do anything. And we're going to reverse the drawers, we do not want them to be visible.
But we need to take them out so we can glue the cubes.
Right,
Right.
correctamundo. And we're going to make it the most simple way. I will tell you an enhancement that you can make after we finish. So I guess we need glue on all those surfaces, right?
Yeah, we're just gonna dry
Okay.
it real quick. And show them basically what we're putting together.
So you can start taking shape, and we have not cut anything. We have used 0 tools so far, other than a fingernail.
Or a clamp.
And we are out of clamps, so we're going to use the dollar store
Clothespin.
clothespins. How many we need?
Well, because it has to be done at the sides here, and then also at the top, and then at these
So are you going to build it vertically or horizontally?
like this. Like this.
Well, but you have to start building it away. Either you put all the verticals first or the
Doing
horizontals.
this.
Okay. So again, gluing is the method we chose. And really there is no other fastener you can use for this specific project, right? I mean, because any other fastener will be too little. It is probably a little slippery now with the glue, right?
A little bit.
Do you need to use 2? And take care to align it to make sure that it is fully aligned.
And you might be able to use hot glue. The thing about using hot glue is that for one, you really have to work fast before it sets. And the other is that
It is rather thick.
it's rather thick, yeah, and so you might end up with space between your boxes that you are not looking for in this particular instance.
And even you can stop there. It wouldn't be an apothecary, but you could stop there. So we are going to do the rest and we'll come back. I didn't record anything. So let's solve it. We were noticing that they were not as tight as we wanted. They were actually opening a little bit on the back. So we put some rubber bands, again, things that you will have in your house. And we create a little more clamping pressure in the directions we needed it. And I don't know if you want to put it more in the back.
I was thinking about putting another one.
Again, this is, as you can see, a no tool. We're going to keep it a no tool Wednesday. Of course, there might be small variations in those little boxes, but they're not huge even if there are some, right?
Right, and that, putting it toward the back really helps with holding that together and making that a tight.
Now, wood glue has a good 20 minutes of work time, so we're going...
If it wiggles while you're putting those on, then you still have some time to realign them and get them back where you want them to be.
And while we're waiting for that, we're going to work on the second piece. You might want to put it on a flat area, not there. Thanks.
I was trying to not get it on the table.
All right, we're going to get back with you. In order to give it a more authentic look, we found this old-style, apothecary-looking hardware.
They're called book plates.
Book plates, and they are 6 in a package. So you don't have to do that, of course, but we feel it's going to make it a better.
Yeah, it's going to make it look really nice, give it a nice detail, and dress up a dollar store product.
And in order to keep it in our price range, we're going to use dabs of hot glue to connect them to the little drawers. So we're going to stay non-tool on this project.
Price range? You mean our no tools?
No tool. Did I say price range?
You did.
No tool price range. It's the same thing.
Same thing.
So in order to make them all uniform, because they will be next to each other, even small variations will show, we need to be from the top of the drawer the same distance. So we took apart one of the clothespins and we used that as our spacer. And how about our right to left spacing? Are we eyeballing that, or?
I think we can.
We can make marks actually on the clothespin, and we use it over and over, and we put them all in the same spot, right?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do that.
As long as we have the clothespin aligned at the same. Yes.
Well, it is. I mean, align it either right or left. It seems to be the same dimension as the drawer, though, isn't it?
Well, it's a hair longer. Like
Okay.
1/16 of an inch longer.
But it will be okay. So
Yeah.
we're going to make marks, so we'll be consistent. Plus, you can, if you align it to the left and we align them all to the left, it will always be correct, right?
Yep. That's
Okay.
The plan.
We're
That's
using
the
a
plan.
second clothespin to hold the first one, and we made 2 marks, as you can see. You want to point them? Okay. And that will allow us to put the same, every one of those, I forgot what they're called, on the same area.
Book plates, and this
Book
is our
plates.
space. Because there was a little bit of deviation or variation in the width along the length of it, we put it flat on its back because that's flat, and then it gave us a consistent width, and then just holding it in place. And
So here's our first one, and we're going to show you the process we use to ensure that everything is in the same spot. Again, we're using our marked half clothespin, and we secure it with another. And then we're going to use our Ryobi, not a sponsor of the channel, but yet, right? But maybe Ryobi is listening. If you're listening, Ryobi, we are going to be very happy if you become a sponsor of our channel. And again, we could have done this whole project with hot glue. We were concerned that the hot glue might be a little too thick for those small pieces. Maybe we were wrong, so let's put them next to each other to see if they're in the right spot. And as you can see, they are perfectly aligned. So unless you consider a pen or a pencil a tool, this is a no tool build. And again, this is an assemble. We're not going to show you all 6 pieces. The process is exactly the same, one after the other. And here all our drawers finished. And you notice we put the decorative part in the back because we do not want it visible. It wouldn't look like an apothecary, right? So that's the only, it's not even a modification, what you will call it.
No, we just adjusted it. So
That's the only change we made in the project, plus gluing the little cubes together. Again, this each cube is $1, so we spent $6 for the cubes, and we spent for the book somethings, what they're called again?
they're book plates.
The book plates was, we spent $1.50.
They were on a clearance sale. We found them.
So for $7.50 we're going to end up with a nice apothecary, and the cost of the glue is minimal, if any, right? So both half pieces have dried, the glue has dried on them, and we're going to put them on top of each other. You want to do that? We're going to apply some wood glue, and you can see already the apothecary start taking shape. We're going to apply some wood glue to connect the 2 pieces together now. And that will conclude the carcass, right?
Yes, the carcass.
That's what it's called.
I know.
And we're going to use the little colorful clamps, or you want to use the rubber bands, or what do you want to use?
Probably after I hold this together, the rubber bands are gonna...
No, use the clamps, they do a better job. I mean, not that I guess I like them better. I don't know if they do a better job. There was another one we have, and then you can take the other ones from there. Is the rubber band enough to go over both of them, or not?
I'm not sure, but at minimum I can do it this way, like this.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we're going to have to let this dry. Just make sure it is as aligned as it can be. Now here, when it is drying, we put the drawers in. This project will be finished, and as you can see, it makes a nice little reveal in the front. Now you could take it a step further and build another box, an external box outside it, right?
Kind of frame it,
Yeah, but it is not necessary. At least I don't think it's necessary. Mm-hmm. So we're going to let it dry for a bit, and so here we are. The 30 minutes have passed, and the glue has settled enough to be handled. It takes 24 hours to cure fully, but we're going to put the drawers in, and you're going to see it transforming into an apothecary. It's a great, I don't know, should we have, do you think they're slightly different?
Yeah, they are, obviously.
But I don't think you can make an apothecary for less money. What do you think?
No, I don't think you can.
We assume that this will be everything the same side.
That one's going to be a little tight.
So here's our finished project, and it looks really nicely. We did not realize, but the boxes are not necessarily exactly the same size, and we should have paid a little closer attention to that.
Maybe
but
mark the boxes.
Right, mark the boxes and the drawers, so you don't play magical drawers. But other than that, it was an easy and, dare I say, fun project. What would you say?
You want to show me the other?
I will. So then this, I would probably go a step further and create a little bit of a frame around it. But as it is right now, I think it's totally usable. What do you think?
Yeah, it's nice.
It is a very nice little project. Well, friends, we reached the end of our episode for today, and we have our nice little apothecary and our little mini crate display, maybe for Minions, who knows? Maybe it's for Maybelline, you know. And this was an interesting project for us. I think this is our first project ever that we use no tools.
Other than clamps.
Right, and even the clamps, again, as we showed you, you can use clothespins. You don't even need
Clothespins and rubber bands even, just being creative with holding that tension.
So this is a good way to get into building something if you want to see if you would like building things, right? And maybe you wouldn't, maybe you would, I don't know, but for us this was a good exercise. I did enjoy the build. How about you, Lupita?
Yeah, I liked it.
So I hope you enjoyed our first ever no tools build. And if you did, we'll ask you that you give us a thumbs up. If you didn't, the other button works as well. Share, like, subscribe. Let us know what else you would like to see in future episodes of the Urban Homesteading channel. From Dr. Wizard, Elpida, and Mrs. Wizard, we hope you have a great week. Stay safe, wash your hands, put your masks on, so we can see you again next week. Farewell, friends.